There's a certain elation that one gets when you're seemingly on top of the world looking down, and there's snow that slowly melts and becomes a trickle, and that trickle becomes a rivulet, and that rivulet becomes a stream, and then that eventually becomes a river. Life begins at the top and works its way down. It's amazing to see life in such barren parts of the Sierras where it's so cold and so frozen, but yet spiders and bugs and creatures exist here, along with all kinds of small plants that not just survive but seem to thrive. As I moved down the mountain on a very steep trail, the trees started popping up again slowly, and next thing you know, you're back in forest, and the creeks are now raging, and you look, and as far as you can see, there's just more mountains, more beauty. But you know that this valley will soon end and you're going to have to climb up and over it. While camping just below Kearsage Pass, we had another little bear encounter, but not so much with us, but some other campers nearby.
Hey! You got a bear!
It was actually kind of sad seeing the bear being chased away because, I mean, it's coming for food, obviously, but it just seemed so sad. Like it just wanted company. With food getting low, it was time for a resupply in Bishop, so that meant getting off track and heading up and over Kearsage Pass and into Independence. Kearsage had some amazing views, a couple of the lakes below, Bullfrog Lake for one, but also when you get to the peak you get to see the Owens Valley, which is the first time you really get to see it in quite some time. Good morning, everybody. This is day 45. Just topped out at Kearsage Pass, 11,200 some odd feet. Everyone does the same thing. Get to the top, have a chill.
I have 7.
You can see these lovely lakes up here.
I ran out of so I plugged it up.
I'm pretty happy to be here. Today's a town day, and tomorrow we're loading up for another 6 days, but we won't be heading down. This is it. We're going to stay in the high country until we hit Mammoth. Anyways, hope you guys are all well. Bye. The beauty of the PCT is that you're in this own little world that's nestled between massive mountains either side, and you're walking through canyons and valleys. And unless you took the time to venture up here into this high altitude, you would never see it. You would drive past and wonder what's on the other side of that mountain. Heading down Kearsage was a lot longer than I thought. It just kept going on, and I guess when you're ready for a town day, you know that cold beer is going to be there, and maybe a burger or whatever, and a nice bed to sleep in for the night. It also gives you a chance to resupply and think about the next food that you're going to carry. But that car park took quite some time to get to. Good afternoon, everybody. This is day 46 in the afternoon. We didn't get started until about just after 1 o'clock. We had a ride from Bishop all the way to the trailhead, which was awesome. Been off trail for 2 days now, and that rest was sorely needed. Like, it's amazing how much energy you get back after having a couple days rest. But we're back at it now. We've just come down Kearsage Pass. Yet another pass. And then tomorrow we'll do Glen and maybe Pinchon. If not, we'll try and tackle some of Pinchon before calling it a night. And then the day after that is Mather Pass. So we got some work ahead of us, but we're back in the high country in Bearville. So we're on the lookout. Anyways, hope you guys are all well. I'll tune in soon. Bye. One thing for me that I think about often is once I'm back on the trail, everything is new again. Everything I see is for the first time.
our lovely camp spot for the night. On day 46, I'm about to head over Glen Pass in the morning. As you can see, it is stunning. You don't have to worry about water. There's my tent right over there. Got a nice little waterfall here to collect the freshest water ever. No filtering required today. Good night. I did a lot of research before I undertook this adventure, and I was pretty happy with all the purchases that I made. But one of the best purchases was my tent. This is my home, my shelter, my palace for the whole duration, and it held up really well at just under 1.5 pounds. It was very light, very easy to set up, and handled the wind like a dream. Whenever I see these photos and these images of this, it just reminds me of how secure and comfortable I felt inside it.
Good morning, everyone. It's day 47. Just finished climbing Glen Pass. Be a pass a day, I think, for the next 2 or 3 days. We're at 12,000 or something, I'm not really sure. But Glen Pass. It's a little bit steep toward the end, but not too bad. I want to complain about this one, but I thought this one was pretty good. As you can see, we came down. Everywhere you look, it's just stunningly beautiful. Got a bit of ice, snow to cross right now. Just a beautiful start to the day. This was the first thing to do, so I was on this. Jumping out of a nice warm sleeping bag into this. It's cold right now. Good morning, good afternoon, or good night. See ya.
There was a lot of talk that Glen Pass was going to be really difficult, but I got a really early start, and it took me 45 minutes to get to the top of that from where we camped, and then it's all downhill from there for a while, and just great views once again. We started hiking with a German guy named Sandro. Ended up hiking with me all the way to Mammoth. His trail name was No Bear because he hadn't seen one yet and didn't believe that they were here. Everyone, I'd like you to meet my friend No Bear.
Hey.
He's from Germany.
Hello, morning.
Hopefully he'll come visit me in Australia one day. No Bear was a really nice guy and good guy to hang around with. I really enjoyed his company. I would find it really difficult to ever get tired of seeing these views and experiencing the beauty of this place. Even though there's lots of lakes and lots of different trees and lots of different mountains and spires and peaks, they're all different and they're all unique. The colors of the lakes are ever-changing, and so many different shades of aquamarine, blue, green, and down even to some lakes that are just this deep purple color. We hiked around the Ray Lakes area, which is a really popular hike amongst weak hikers. It's a 40-mile loop that people do, and Ray Lakes certainly are quite stunning, and there were lots of fish, and those that came to fish were hooking up. Little marmot love there. So there's the tail. Pretty cool. I'm a little embarrassed, but okay. See ya. Getting on into the afternoon, you could see the weather starting to change for the first time. We'd had such great weather so far, but clouds were starting to come in and the wind was beginning to whip.
was going to be quite a challenge to try and find somewhere to camp that was going to be somewhat protected. But with so many people around this particular area and only so many campsites, it's always that wonder of whether you're going to be able to find a place. And we did. We kind of pushed on and got into some forested areas that were enough areas to camp for about 15, 20 people. And everyone ended up there with the same thing in mind. Just let's get to shelter and see what the morning brings. The day started off really beautiful. The wind had calmed down and it was crystal blue skies once again. It was about 4 miles out from the top of Pinchon Peak. And I had a pretty slow start to the morning, but once I got my engine running, it was all good. Trying to record something at the top of Pinchon Pass was a little bit hilarious. It was so windy that it was blocking out all my sound. But, these things happen, and I don't know exactly what I said, but the smile on my face says it all. Another pass done, and more beautiful things to see on the other side.
What you doing? You seem very friendly. The colors are gorgeous.
All right, second pass for today. 2 of them at about 12,000 feet. And I tell you, that's 4,000 vertical feet of climbing today. And this is what you get. This is the other side, and boy, does it look glorious. Whew. I have to say, it's pretty incredible. When you look in the distance, clear over there is one of the passes that we climbed way over the red side, that red mountain. We were clear on the other side of that, way up. So today's a pretty good day, I would say. Anyhow, chat soon. Bye. At this stage, some things became a natural routine. Wake up, climb a peak, work your way slowly down, get back into the forest, rivers flowing, nice flat trails for a bit, and then back up to another pass, rinse and repeat. On the way back down these passes, it's easy to see how you could come unstuck so easily. The tracks are very narrow, very steep, and a lot of rock above you, and it really only takes one little shake of something to send it all come crashing down.